Possibly so. I think it was a school report. You give him a C+. I think there's a lot more to come from him. I think the 2 games on paper were very easy. Great start for the manager. You knew you were going to get the 2 victories. Even tonight, 26, 27 shots, 27 on target. Loads of bits to improve. End product wasn't that great. At least the sub came on and it had an effect in the game. But I thought it was okay. It was okay.
We'll get back to Roy Keane in just a quick second, but remember, if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. And don't forget to click the notification button so that you know when the next Big D video hits. And as ever, if something is bubbling up inside of you that you need to express, please put it in the comments. The Big D reads all of the comments and he's always interested in what is on your mind. Anyway, in this clip, we're going to be hearing from Roy Keane, Ian Wright, Tommy Tuchel, and a little bit more from Roy Keane as well, and Ian Wright. After England's, well, I mean, would you call it a routine victory over Latvia? Or would you say it was a tepid performance? Or would you say it was a good result? I don't know. You tell me. Put it in the comments, as I say. But anyway, stick around for after the clip because the Big D is going to be giving his thoughts on tonight's game and Thomas Tuchel's first 2 games in charge. Here they are.
The verdict then, not just tonight, but after the 2 games. What are your thoughts?
Well, I thought, you know, when you look at the first game, obviously it's a bedding in period. We know that he's talked about wanting to attack and wingers attacking people and dribbling and, you know, quick, intense, exciting football. And I think that they've tried, but I thought the 2 defences, what we've come up against, done pretty well to stifle them. I thought the goal, what epitomises what we're going to need to do, is runs like Declan made in that. For that second goal. But like in the main, we had a lot of possession. I thought they defended well, but we didn't do enough with the possession, especially when we got into certain areas where we could have made better crosses or better final balls.
Did England not play quickly enough, either Friday or tonight?
Possibly so. I think it was a school report. You give him a C+. I think there's a lot more to come from him. I think the 2 games on paper were very easy. Great start for the manager. You knew you were going to get the 2 victories. Even tonight, 26, 27 shots, 27 on target. Loads of bits to improve. End product wasn't that great. At least the sub came on and it had an effect in the game. But I thought it was okay. It was okay.
Thomas, you wanted improvement from Friday. Did you get it?
Yeah, I guess so. It was not an easy match. We had to unlock it. Yeah, saw a lot of good things. We have a good result, another clean sheet. We created a lot of chances from set pieces. And okay, we needed a free kick to unlock it. But in general, I'm happy with the attitude. I'm happy with the energy and the desire to do the stuff that we want. And we will get there.
You gave Reece James his first start for England in 2.5 years. Did you see that free kick coming?
Well, I know Reece, and I know the foot and the quality that the boy has is amazing.
What has he shown tonight as well? Tonight will mean a lot to him, I'm sure, that goal, but also being on the pitch and playing his part in the second goal.
Yeah, hopefully, and because he has every right to be proud and happy and satisfied with his performance. I think he's in excellent shape. When we called him up, we knew he had not so many games, but it was not due to injury. It was like they took just care of him and managed him. So he was consecutive weeks in training. He looks sharp. He looks in shape. And about the quality, there cannot be any doubt.
Was the second goal the template to an extent of the way you want to play?
This was better acceleration. I think, especially in the second half, we started a little bit to slow the game down and play too much without movement, which makes no sense. And we didn't want to do this, but the second goal was well worked because we had some acceleration from a position where they didn't expect it. So we had the front 5, but the acceleration came from one of our 6s, from Declan, into the space. And we encourage everyone to have these, with Reece and Miles and Declan, to have these late accelerations. We struggled a little bit until the goal, but you saw also what the goal gave us, a lot of freedom and a little bit of excitement, and everything felt a little bit easier after that.
On another day, does Jude Bellingham get a second yellow card?
Was the first yellow? Yeah? I'm not so sure. So yeah, I was, we were a bit lucky and took straight away the decision to take him and not take the risk and take him off.
How did Morgan Rogers do?
Good, happy with him in general. He deserved to start because he trained very good and plays very good for Villa. I think in a match where we are so dominant, it can maybe suit him a little bit more to play from the wing. Once we played him, once we put him on the wing, he felt a bit more freedom in the first touches, and he can work his way into his dynamic movements. It was a little bit more space than for him than in the half space. So yeah, it's interesting because I learn about the players, I learn about the game, and that's good.
What has this week told you then, above all? What's the key takeaway for Thomas Tuchel, England manager?
Very easy. I mean, I told the boys on Monday. They reminded me instantly why I took the job and why I was so excited, because of the players. I love their attitude and the energy and the commitment and the quality in training and after training. It's a very nice group, exciting group to work with. And we will get there. We will get there. You see, once we get a little bit of freedom and a little bit of weight off our shoulders, and we get to know each other better and better, then we will get better. But meanwhile, we have our first qualifiers. We have scored 5. We have not conceded. So, good start.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think if there's one takeaway from that interview and everything we've heard from Thomas Tuchel, it's about pace, isn't it? He said the word acceleration at least twice. Talked about pace. England started too slowly. He wants his team to play on the front foot with some speed.
Yeah, fine, yeah, which is something I'm sure that we will be able to do. But then it's going to be very difficult when you've got teams that are going to play that deep. You could pass as quickly as you want in front of them, going in that semicircle. If you can try and pass it through the lines quickly, 1-2s, you might be able to break them down. But we saw Latvia, what are they, 140? 140, and look how hard it was to break them down. It's not easy. So you're going to have to be patient with what he wants to do. We know what he wants to do. He wants it to be pace and quick and, you know what I mean, dynamic and exciting. But that's going to take
It's the right message, isn't it, though?
But no, but I think that is easy. I think it is easy if you got the quality. The manager said, Tuchel said, it was an easy game. It was an easy game. Look at all the stats: 70-odd possession, 20-odd shots, a few on target. They gave up one chance. That was self-inflicted. They scored 3 goals. Should have been 7 or 8. So it was an easy game. But in terms of getting pace in the last third, you said that for most teams. We said that the other night. Slow build-up, and then it's quick in the last final third. That's where you cause the problems. And that's what they need to do more of. But they have the players capable of doing it. He's had 2 games. He'd be pleased with it. But we keep saying it. There's obviously bigger tests yet to come.
Are you excited briefly by what you've seen? Or would you be more excited when we see a little bit more of what we've been talking about?
Well, yeah. Of course I will. But, like, when you look at the spine, we've got Pickford, Gahey, Rice, Bellingham, Keane. You know what I mean? It's a good spine to start off with. So
you don't look excited.
What are you going to say? Tell your face. Tell your face. No.
Thank you, gents.
Guys, well done. Fantastic. First goals for your country as well. Eberiche, first sum up the performance.
Yeah, I think it was a strong performance from us. We know what we needed to do today, and it was important to win, and that was the main thing. We've done well.
Your first start for England in 2.5 years. What a way to crown it.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I've had a frustrating 2.5 years. You know, I'm so happy to get called up for my country again, and I'm happy to play.
Well, tell us about the free kick. What a strike!
Yeah, I mean, I saw the wall and I felt I could bend it around, and thankfully I managed to hit the back of the net.
Eberiche, what a strike!
Say again?
What a strike!
Yeah. You know the qualities that he's got. He's capable of hitting dead balls like that, and yeah. It's expected at his quality.
A relaxed celebration, shall we say?
Yeah, I was a bit surprised it actually hit the net. I thought the keeper could have maybe got there, but looking at the replay, it was probably tough.
And Mauricio, you come on then and make an impact. That was key, obviously. That would have been the message from the manager.
Yeah, for sure. I always want to impact the game whenever I play, however long I get. And today it's come off, and again, I'm happy to get a goal as well, contribute.
Well, here it is.
Yeah, I just tried to create space, try to destabilise the defender and get my shot off, and it worked today.
And just briefly, you've worked with Thomas before. What's this week told you about him and how he'll be as England manager?
Sorry, what did you say?
How will Thomas be as England manager? You've worked with him a lot. What's this week told you?
No, his ideas are clear. His goals and his targets. He set them out from the minute he come in. And, we have one objective, and, our objective, starts this international. And, we need to keep on building right up until the World Cup.
Thank you, guys. Well done.
Thank you. Nice one.
Well, I mean, all I can say is I'm glad the international break is just about over now. and we can get back to club football. But even saying that, it's not even that much better with the team that Big D supports. But still, I mean, I don't feel as though England should be playing teams like Albania and Latvia. I think that this whole notion of all of these different groups in the World Cup qualifiers, and plus you've got the Nations League on at the same time, there's just far too many international games, and it just makes international football less special. International football should be special. You should only see England maybe 3 or 4 times a season, really. Well, maybe not 3 or 4 times a season, but the point being is they should streamline the qualifiers. They should get rid of the Nations League thing, and any other like competition that doesn't mean anything, because they don't mean anything. And like if you had like the World Cup qualifiers and the Euros qualifiers. The Big D can't talk. The Euros qualifiers, and you had them a bit like the South American World Cup qualifiers, where it's just like one big league and everyone plays each other twice, and then the top half of the group qualify for the World Cup and the bottom half don't. That's fine, or something along those lines, and stick Latvia, Andorra, Liechtenstein, San Marino, stick them in their own little B group over there, and then let them duke it out for a place in, the big boy tournament, because they're just whipping boys, generally speaking. They're never going to qualify. They're never going to win a match. So they might as well play against each other and get a couple of wins in international football against each other, So, I don't know, it would just make international football mean something again if there was more meaningful games, if it was quality over quantity. And then half of this crack about people saying, players are overworked, of course they're overworked, because there's too many international games. There's nothing wrong with the domestic and the European games, or continental matches, although I would argue that the Europa League is far too big, and you could argue that the Champions League is probably far too big as well. But at least they're quite competitive more often than not. And let's be honest, like England, even though they are a top international side, you put them against a top club side and they're not as good. Not generally speaking. They're not as good as Real Madrid. They could. Anyway, I'm not even going to go down that route. But anyway, England tonight, 3-0? 3 good goals, to be fair, and it was quite a routine victory. I still argue that England should have won about 5 or 6-0, and even Roy Keane in that clip there alludes to it, saying 70% possession, 75 shots on target, 3 goals, or whatever it was, But credit to Latvia, they did make it difficult for England. Same with Albania. I didn't think Jude Bellingham played that well tonight. He was lucky to stay on. I think he should have probably got that second yellow card when he scissor kicked that bloke with the tackle. I mean, it wasn't a malicious tackle and it wasn't a bad tackle, but it was a foul, and that should have been a second yellow card. So he's lucky there. He got away with that one. But it was nice to see Phil Foden come on as well. England were all right. They were all right. They turned up. They got the job done. They won convincingly, but they should have won by more goals. They should have battered them, to be fair. Same with Albania. But I don't know. It's weird. It's weird watching England just stroll to a routine victory. It's strange. There was effort there. I'll give them that. There was effort. And what I do like about Tommy Tuchel is that he's got the team set up in an organised fashion. There's no one out of position or anything like that. All the players are being played to their strengths as best he possibly can. So that is promising. Because England it's not a Rubik's Cube. It's not rocket science. It's not brain surgery. It's 11 men kicking a ball into the opposing net of another 11 men and trying to avoid having the ball put in their own net. That's not complicated. Just set your players up in an organised fashion and you'll get a routine victory. 2 routine victories. Albeit they should have won by more goals. But we'll put that down to it's only Tommy Tuchel's first 2 games in charge. And he's still getting to know some of the players, still getting used to international football and all that good stuff. But I want to be positive. I do. But ever since the 2006 World Cup, the Big D's heart has been broken far too often to get myself G'd up for England once more. But then again, once the World Cup comes around, I'll probably swing my scarf and singing 3 Lions. You know how it is, especially with a couple of beers downers. But yeah, I mean, routine victory. Rashford wasn't great. Didn't rate Rashford tonight, to be honest. Harry Kane was good. Everyone else, solid enough. Declan Rice played well. I like Declan Rice. He's not a flashy player. He's very good at what he does, that one position, and it just makes it look nice and easy, keeps things simple, makes his runs, does his tackling, nice passes. That's it. Very, very, very simple. I like that. He's grown on me a little bit because I used to think he was a bit overrated, and he still might be, but he's solid enough. He's good enough for England. Fair play to the lad. But I agree with Roy Keane. A lot of work still needs to be done. I think that'll come with more training, with more matches. I think the players are probably a little bit discombobulated because they're in normal positions. They're not having to play fancy pants tactics or anything like that. No tick-attacker nonsense or no, no 3-5-7-2 formations or whatever. You know, they're just, 4-2-3-1. Yeah, just press them, look for the killer pass, try and score a goal, close them down. That's it. Fundamentals, basics. Back to basics. It's weird. They probably don't know how to do the basics these days because they're having the players inverted wingers and segunda volantes and all of that kind of stuff, you know. You can tell I play Football Manager, can't you? But, yeah, fairly straightforward. Routine victory for England. It's weird. It's weird having a world-class team. It really is. That just plays normally together. But, yeah, anyway, what do you guys think? Routine victory. Could they have done better? Do you agree with Roy? A lot of work needs to be done. What do you think of Marcus Rashford's first 2 games back in an England jersey? Does he deserve more games? You tell me. Thoughts in the comments, and the Big D will see you in the next one.